Let's take the Chelsea game out.
Let's take it out.
Chelsea, they've been all over the place. They don't score goals. They don't allow goals to be scored. And if you go for over, they are playing under. If you go for under, they will sometimes play over. If you go for win, they play draw.
Arena, and we're about to jump into our weekend games. That is where the action is. That is where the coins will flow. That is where the magic, everything happens. We'll start, of course, with our Premiership games, and then have weave our way into some of the games that will be happening in other leagues with respect to the Spanish league and also the Italian league. Probably to a larger extent, probably a bit far Germany. I know say Francis won't dodge the Bundesliga. He won't dodge them small, but then
Bundesliga between inconsistent.
Yes. So some of the comments that we've been having lately is that things that help people who watch our channel is games that they should avoid. So over this weekend, we'll have to take a look at some of the games no-go area, because it really helps people who want to bet using our platform to know the type of games to avoid. Games that have a very, very high level of inconsistency. Manchester City is taking on Nottingham Forest this weekend. We also have Luton Town and Wolves. We have Crystal Palace, Fulham. We have Brentford, Everton, Burnley, Man U, Arsenal, Tottenham, Brighton, Bournemouth, and also I think the last 2 or 3 games. Okay, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Liverpool, West Ham, Sheffield, Newcastle. That is the last game for the weekend. No-go area, these games.
Well, let him take that first.
I think we all know which games to, which team to. I don't even think we should waste time on this particular
Chelsea.
You know something. Chelsea out, and then we'll do it.
We have a lot of Chelsea supporters who watch this channel.
No.
Yeah, you come.
Bet is not by emotion. I'm a Chelsea fan.
Money making.
You Chelsea fan pass me. You know Chelsea fan pass me.
It be money making venture.
Exactly. You only a Chelsea fan same. So let's take the Chelsea game out.
Let's take it out.
When we take that out, there's peace of mind for us. Okay. Everybody we know that we've dodged the bullet with Chelsea disgracing us and worrying us about them. But I think so. Aside that would probably be the only game I would try to avoid. Aside that, any other team that is playing over there
this weekend, you might want to
expect some action.
Okay,
yeah,
Francis.
I can't differ that much from him. Chelsea, they've been all over the place. They don't score goals. They don't allow goals to be scored. And if you go for over, they are playing under. If you go for under, they will sometimes play over. If you go for win, they play draw. So they're all over the place. I think Mauricio Pochettino needs to sort his house out. And then I'm of the opinion that until they get in some decent goal scorers, they will always be all over the place. Then the next game I'll look at is Luton Town versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, because that game, it can go anyway.
Okay.
Wolves themselves, they show glimpses of they are good.
Yeah.
But the inconsistency over the course of 90 minutes has been their catalyst. It has been their Achilles problem, and they've got to fix that. Last weekend in the lunchtime kickoff against Liverpool in the first half, they played some fantastic stuff, created enough decent chances. And the striker, the Brazilian, Acuna. He wasted all the chances. He fluffed some guilty chances, and he should have been doing better with those chances, because in the English Premier League, it's a league that doesn't forgive you. When you have your chances and don't kill off game, to come back to haunt you. And when Liverpool switched on in the second half, we saw how they basically dispatched them with some sort of swagger around the way they went about their business. And Luton Town themselves, they're struggling for results. So this is a no-go area for me. It's a danger zone for me. Fans should avoid this game, because anything can happen in this game.
Yeah.
Well, these two games are games that have been chosen by Francis, and also that is the Chelsea and the Luton game. My brother Nana Kwame is also telling us to avoid the Chelsea game. Now let's look at games that are showing high signs of yielding goals. Let's look at over 1.5. Over 1.5 games that will definitely hit over 1.5.
Yeah, if you look at games that produce goals, Manchester City, the league leaders, have proven in all the matches they've played so far that as much as a certain Haaland will miss enough chances, they'll create enough chances for him to score.
Yeah.
Last season, he was the top scorer of the league, but he's the one that wasted most guilty chances in the league per the statistics. So that tells you that their creativity has been at its ultimate best in the league. That's how they rack up enough goals. And just yesterday, he went blank again. And that's his 4th UCL game without a goal for Manchester City.
Yes. I saw a lot of passes being,
he
pushed
had
to
enough
him.
chances and he messed them up yesterday.
But also he was, if you ask me, then the defenders, they really mark him.
They know for a fact that he's a threat in front of
But in terms of chances were at premium. They created enough decent chances for him to be able to hit the back of the net at once. Yesterday, he hit the crossbar with a header. He blazed some away just waywardly like that. But I think he has goals. He will score goals. In the league itself, he will score goals. So I expect this man to produce goals against Nottingham Forest, who themselves have been very stubborn in this season's league. They've lost some of the matches, but they've been decent. Against Manchester like this, they put up a great game.
Decent performance, yeah.
We saw them in the match that they played 1-1 on Monday against Burnley. And trust me, they have decent players in their fold. Callum Hudson-Odoi is currently with them. They have the Manchester United wing back that they bought, and you could tell that Taiwo Awoniyi, the Nigerian striker,
also
they have goals. So Charlie, goals will flow in that game. Then the next game I will look out for is Manchester Burnley. Manchester are conceding goals left, right, centre, and Burnley and the company have been scoring goals. Even if they are losing, they score goals. So I expect goals in this game.
Okay.
Brighton and Bournemouth. Brighton have been rampage all over. Is that they are winning or they are losing it? And in other way that you find them, they concede goals. In the match that they lost this season against West Ham, they lost by 4 goals. And that tells you that their matches produce goals. Last weekend against Manchester, we saw they basically destroyed Manchester at Old Trafford for the 2nd season running. We saw how they went to Arsenal at the tail end of last season to beat Arsenal by 3 goals. So that tells you that they have goals in them, and their match will definitely produce goals. Then you see Liverpool. Liverpool has been brilliant this season based on what they are doing. Their matches are producing goals and results for them. Against Wolverhampton, they won by 3-1. So I expect goals in this game against West Ham themselves. They love to score goals as well. Then the last game I'll pick should be the Sheffield United versus Newcastle game. This game should produce goals as well.
Okay. Nana Kwame.
I'm not even going to disagree much with him. We also what Manchester City did last week. They were truly by 1-0 at halftime, came back to equalize and add 2 more goals to it. Can't see Jeremy Doku, Haaland himself, and then Julian Alvarez. These are players who you expect them to get something going for you when you realize that things are not really going on well for you. Kudos to Jeremy Doku, man. He's proving why Chelsea, why Man City and Guardiola went for him, because we saw the attacking threat on the left-hand side of the pitch.
Ghana chase, he chased that guy. He want naturalize him for Ghana.
You know what happened.
The boy father agree, but the boy himself no agree.
You know nice one. He sees better potential. But he played for the Belgian national team, and we know for a fact that now some of their key players are not really active like that. And then Hazard was a hindrance for him in the team. If Hazard is in your team and he's fit and he's playing very well, Jeremy Doku won't get the opportunity to play. So we understand why he would like to lurk around the Belgian national team and then get regular setup.
Solid.
And he's now in a team that will project him highly, because now we are talking about some of the best wingers in the world. His name will probably pop up in the first 20 or first 15, because he's playing the team week out. He's giving goals and assists. So I'm tipping more goals to be in the Manchester City Nottingham Forest game. Another game I'll really tip out for more goals is the Arsenal Spurs game.
Okay,
it's a London derby. You know how London derbies are. It's
always producing.
It's always producing goals. The action is there. The fans need something to cheer up on. And with the form,
we need to entertain the fans.
Yes, with the form of Arsenal this season, I'm not expecting not more than 2 goals from them alone. Spurs also have been banging in goals. The last game, we saw what they did. Came back
last hour pressure.
Actually scored 3 goals in that game, and 1 was disallowed for offside. So it tells you that yes, there are people there to get them the goals. Also, Brighton-Bournemouth game, just like he said, Tariq Lamptey came on last week. He produced two assists. He is a defender, but has a lot of attacking threats when he has the ball up front. So I'm looking forward to getting more goals also in the Brighton game. Liverpool-West Ham. there's a high possibility that if Darwin Núñez gets his mojo back, when if everything goes on well for him, he can cause a lot of trouble, especially with his pace, up against a defense with Zuma, who we all know is not too, pacey, but has the strength and does very well with aerial ball. So yes, I'm looking forward to seeing more goals also from the Liverpool game as well. I don't want to say much about the Sheffield United FC and the Newcastle game. We also what they did last night against AC Milan. We're expecting
their goalkeeper was superb.
Yes.
He was basically the one that got them the point. So he pulled saves after saves.
Honestly, I was expecting Milan to show that, Charlie, we've been here for...
Milan played well.
They played very, very well, but the goals were just not coming. I have a feeling this same thing this fate might be changed. Because, if you're not getting goals in the Champions League, you have no excuse. You have to produce goals in the APL because that's your home. That's where you're dominating right now. So I'm also expecting more goals in that. So Brighton game, Newcastle game, Liverpool game, Arsenal game, Manchester City game. I'm expecting goals in all these games that I just mentioned.
Fantastic.